Hello, hello. Welcome to the Peonies Sophisticate. Hey everybody. I'm gonna wait just a few minutes and let everybody just go come on. Just give it a second. If you're coming on and you want to follow along, I've put it in the description of the video, but I did sketch out our template for this evening, so if you need to go print that to get started, if you have an 8x10 frame, you can size it down, put it in a 5x7, and that will get you started. So what I've got the template that I drew, and my watercolor paper that is cut to size. I've got all my paint. I'm trying not to put my head in the I got this pretty frame, and then I took the glass out, and that's what we're going to use tonight. Oh, I got my brushes, woo, and my paint, my glass, my water, my paper towels. So I am ready. I wanted to show my little inspiration. Here's the peonies from my garden outside, and they smell so good. And I thought this would be such a pretty painting or drawing. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to turn the camera around, and hopefully I'll be able to see if anyone says hello. But hang on, we're going to whip you around so we can see at the table here. And we're going to turn this up, and hopefully that is good and not upside down. All right, so for the usual, I'm going to start by cleaning out the glass. We got 8x10 glass. This drawing is like a portrait, so it's longer this way. So that's the way we're going to turn the glass. I always leave this in here and don't do it because it's such an important step to clean your glass with your alcohol, so you don't have any residue or fingerprints or oil that's going to make your paint kind of slough off. Or see, just like that, I've got residue from the price tag that was on it, and just trying to get that off there. Okay, do both sides because I believe we're going to paint both sides of the glass tonight. So I'm just going to try to get all the dust and the grime from being in the store. Get that off of there. Okay, so the glass is all clean with no fingerprints. I'm going to set that to the side because I believe what I'm going to do this evening is we're going to start with the watercolor background and set that aside so it can dry. And so here is my paper here. Hey, Dad. So I'm going to kind of grab a pencil, and I want to kind of see how I want to place this on here, because I want to do the floor and the background as a watercolor. And yeah, I thought about maybe doing this right here as a this lemon as on the background, but I think I'm going to put it on the back of the glass. So this is kind of where I want it, so I'm going to line it up, and I'm going to say, well, here is my floor. So I can kind of see through there. I'm going to line this up, and then just take that paper and draw you a straight line. Just like so. Okay. So yeah, so I'm going to do, we got a lot of paint left over. This is the fun thing about watercolor, is I've got a lot of paint left over from last week that's still on the plate here. So I thought, instead of just washing it off, I will recycle it. And here we go. We're just going to reconstitute that where the watercolor is hard. I'm just going to add water to it and keep it going. Hopefully I don't have too much shadow. Let's see how this works. Oh, I was gonna need to water, put a little water on the paper. All right. I'm always so rough with this paper. Always just throw it around. Do the same thing with the glass. This is aggressive. Realize I'm not painting tonight, just watch and keep the video up so I can do it later. I sure will, Virginia. I sure will. Yeah, I know. Life happens. But yeah, definitely come back and try it later. So you saw that I wet the paper, put the first wash down, and since this is further back, I kind of want to give it a little I don't want it to be too flat, so I'm going to add a little bit of more concentrated color here at the back. I know my ball jar, I keep wanting to say bell jar, but it's a ball, is going to be here, so I'm going to add like a little shadow, just going ahead and knowing that my shadow is going to be here. I'm going to darken it up right through here. It doesn't have to be like perfect. And I know that little lemon is right in here. And the other lemon is right in here. So this is kind of guesstimate where we're at. And I've got another little lemon right in here. So I'm going to put a little bit in there. So we're just going to pretend shadow. Put that in there. Okay. Yeah, I think that's good. It's not too dark, but not too flat. We've still got our watercolor look. Okie doke. All right, so there's that. Now I'm going to do the blue, and again, just wet this paper down and do our wet on wet watercolor. Yeah, I'm going to turn the plate just like so. Here's the blue that we used last week, and I'm just going to reconstitute it here, get it wet here, and just go back and forth. Just put this pretty little wash. Through here. I think I did a good job on my other painting last week. I think you did too. I think you did great. I love seeing it. I thought it was beautiful. You did a wonderful job. I mean, it feels so good to make something like that, you know, and then when somebody goes, hey, where'd you get that? Where'd you make it? You're like, I made it. It was me. All right, actually, I don't want to put this too dark. I want it to be pretty light, so I'm just going to start using the water to spread it around. Actually, I'll put a little green in it. I think it's too blue. I don't want it too blue. So, not too blue. Okay. That way it just gives a little bit of that pretty, I'm going to throw some water drops. And I'm just put water in my brush and I'm just throwing it on there. Okay. Here's the question. If I let this dry for a minute, I'll show you kind of a neat thing to do here in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry just for a few minutes, and then we are going to set that to the side. I'm going to pick up my glass, and all right, so here is our template, and so I kind of need to think about how did I get I got water all over this thing. Probably when I was slinging it around. Okay. All right, you know what I'm going to do? So I know this is going to be in the front, this lemon, and I really, what I want to do is I want the flowers to be on the front, maybe the stems to be on the back. And yeah, let's see how this goes. We're going to do the details of it on the front. Okay, so let's see here. All right, I'm trying to think what I need to do. I thought it through a little bit, but not so much. Hi. Thanks for stopping in. All right, so here is, this is an acrylic enamel. This is a Folk Art Lemon Custard. It's just a yellow, kind of pretty primary yellow. And then I know I need, this is Lipstick Red. Here. Okay, and then I've got Coral Blush. This is a Americana brand. Those seem to be a little bit thinner. I don't know what the deal with that is. Okay, and then Natural Buff, like so. And then definitely I'm going to put some white down if I can get it out. That stuff is super thick. All right. Okay. All right. And then I think that that is pretty much what I need right this second. Well, no, actually, I think I gotta do it. This is True Blue. Okay. And a light blue, which is a light blue. Oh no, my connection's weak. I'm not frozen upper. Does anybody see? Nope, I'm losing people. All right. Did it get better? Oh no. I'm gonna wait just a second just to make sure if anybody can see. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna keep going. Tell me if it's getting bad. Well, I've got kind of a thunderstorm and raining going on. So if the connection's bad, let me know. And we may have to wait for just a little bit. Okay. All right. So I've got my colors out. And like I said, flowers are going to be on the front. So I'm going to start with, I'm going to do the yellow first. And I am going to use the brush, if I can find it. I guess I'll just use this one. This little brush right here. And get it wet. Okay. And I'm going to just, this is one of those that you do not have to be very exact. It was kind of more of an impressionistic type thing. I'm just mixing a little bit of an orange, taking a little red, a little yellow. And blue's on the back. I don't know. It's got it all over there. And I'm just going to go and I'm going to paint over the middles of the flowers. I'm going to get that down as the base, and then I'll put the yellow over the top. Okay, cool. Thanks, Dad. Okay. Just go on and just add all the little centers to the flowers. Just kind of, I'm not brushing, I'm just dabbing. Just dabbing that color on there. Like so. pencil drawing is a bit hard to make out. Oh yeah, well that's why you're supposed to, oh thank you for sharing, Virginia. You're supposed to print it out and put it on your glass. Let's see, maybe if I put you closer. Is that better? Maybe a little bit. Yeah, I think in the fluorescent light is kind of washing the colors out just a smidgen. All right, because that looks more brown than orange when I look at it on there. But take my word for it, it is orange. Oh, you can kind of see it on the plate, but on the paper it's, I don't know why it's doing that. So I'm gonna take the yellow over the top, and I'm just gonna dab that and let it mix, but not too much, onto the orange over the top of those. And just let those just let it happen. Just let it do what it wants to do. Like so, like so. Okay. This is so exciting. I know. But I'm kind of just swirling it a little bit and just letting it kind of mix together on the glass. And then letting some of it just be straight yellow. Okay. So there's that. I want to bring it in closer so you can see it there. Okay. All right. So now I want to start with the flowers, and I think we may use the same brush. I don't have one that's not too big. I think this is about, yeah, same brush. I've got one for this purpose. I put one of my waters that had a little touch of dish soap in it. Okay, so I'm going to make the outer rims darker and move into the lighter colors in the center of the flowers. And so I'm going to start with red, and it may be too strong, but again, you can always kind of paint over it. Again, I am right-handed, so I'm going to start from the left and work my way right, so I don't stick my hand in anything. So I'm just following where I've put these little swoops. And you're just going to kind of build up flowers. Let's see if I can get you closer. And so that way my hand won't be in the way and it won't seem so far away. I'm just gonna move the lamp, and hopefully, there we go. Is that better? Okay. Hopefully my hand's not going to be in the way and I'm not making everybody dizzy. Okay. Okay. So, that's a leaf right there. So I'm not going to, and I want that to go over this flower. And I want this flower to go over that flower. So, again, just kind of putting that paint on there. Awesome. So again, see, I'm just kind of making like little C's, shallow C's with my hand, and just letting it just kind of do what it needs to do. You can take some and put it, because we're going to build up here. Okay, I'm not going to do that one yet because I need to put, do the flower or the leaf behind it. So I'm going to move on to here. Like so. Oh, cool. All right, just let me know if I'm being too loud. I'll try not to get the giggles or anything because it's right, the microphone's right beside my head. Okay. And, okay. So I've got them, a few of them kind of built up here. How I want the flowers, so I was going to stay away. I need to put those in first. And I probably, yeah, I'll put the leaves in first before I could do these other ones. Okay. I'm going to rinse out my brush. Okay, and now I'm going to take, I've got this coral color, so I'm going to see if this is going to work for me. If not, I'm just going to mix some. I've got that red and white, and I'll mix that, but we'll see. It's really just about kind of building up the colors. So even if I'm decide that I want to come in here and kind of cover up. I keep sticking it in the red. So maybe I do want it. I'm subconsciously saying, don't use that color. I don't like it. Okay. Yep, doing it again. I caught myself that time. Okay. All right. Okay, see, I'm just building up the petals slowly but surely. Just kind of following the red because that's some pretty, I really want it to get a lot paler towards the center, so. But, you know, the peonies, they've just got all those petals, so you can just kind of keep on, you know, just building. Just dabbing that paint on there. Okay. Okay. All right, now I'm going to take the buff color here, and I'm going to kind of fill it in so I can start building on top of this color. But I really want it to be more in this family, this pale kind of color here. So what actually I want to do, I want to take some of that because I think that's maybe too pale. So I'm going to mix a little in the white or in that buff color and just kind of take it on out. So you can use both of them. This color is buff, natural buff, and the Americana Gloss Enamel and the Coral Blush are the two colors that I am working with right now. Because you know, right now I don't know if I necessarily want stark white in there. Maybe I might add just for like a little detail or something once I kind of get it built up the way that I want it. But you see how I just kind of, where the paint's still wet, I can just kind of keep taking it out there and it's blending in there while still having a little variation. I'm gonna get these, really get some of these outside petals to swoop. Okay. Okay. There's one. Doesn't look too bad. A lot of the time, it's like you don't want to work it too much, because you don't want the colors to mix too much. You're gonna have to have a place where you kind of self-edit, because you don't want it to, you know, lose all the different colors that you've put in there. Let me see, and I'm losing some of that pale buff color, so I'm gonna put a little more on my plate here. Like that. So yeah, getting there, we're getting there. I don't know if this one will be as fast as last week's, but see what we can do. Okay. I want this one to go over that one. Okay. And I think this one over this one. I will make this one a little bigger. Oh, I missed a leaf. I did not see that. Guess I probably should have put the leaves in first. Alright. Forgot I had that one down there at the bottom. Okay. There we go. Like that. I am going to take a little bit of, there we go. I'm just going to grab that around that edge there. Okay. So there is our bottom set. I'm going to go ahead and put these leaves in before I get too far into it, because I think that might cause me trouble later if I don't do it now. So, wish I had, well, this one's a little bigger. Yeah. Okay. So for the leaves, I'm just going to, this is a forest moss. It's just a yellow kind of spring green. It's not too bright though. It's a little muted down. And then this is a thicket. So what I am going to do for the leaves, I may as well go ahead and do this one too, but I'm going to start up here so I don't put my hand in it again. I don't know if you've noticed the running theme, how often I put my hand in paint. That's going to become a major concern of mine. So I'm just going to put the dark edges in first and kind of the shadows where it would be behind there. And then there you go. And again, just kind of slapping it down there. Okay, and here's another one that was going to be back there. I'm just going to dab that thicket color back here so you can kind of, so as a shadow back there. And same goes for these guys right here. So there's one back here. I'm almost tempted, I would think that I might want to do that one on the back side of the glass. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll do those on the back side of the glass. I think that will give a little added depth. Okay. And two, while I'm at it, I'm going to add a little green shadow under our lemons while I'm here. like so. And under our jar. Okay. Oh, and this one. Okay. I'm gonna rinse my brush out. Get our lighter color green here. Okay. And I'm just gonna let that, you know, wet paint kind of just blend in together on the glass. And if it kind of gets like, it pulls some of that dark green up with it, all the better. Okay, just adds to that, kind of blend it in there. Okay. And I want a little bit lighter green here, but not. I'm going to put a little, I have yellow, red in that. Okay, put a little bit of yellow. And then bring that green up into this leaf. And down into this one. And take this right around that edge. So. Oh no, that's not going to work. I just realized I can't put that on the back because this one's on the front and this one's behind that one. So we'll go on and put this one in while we're at it. Okay, I'm going to add a little of this darker green just to kind of give a variation in there. Like so. I think I'll take this one just because it doesn't have any paint on it yet. And just add a little bit of this dark green under where those flowers are. Just so we can say, see? Those are over the top. And then that one. And I'm going to use it to sharpen up my leaf edges here. And that one right there. Like so. Hey Holly, thanks for coming in. Hope you're doing good today. Having a good week so far. All right. I think we're getting it. All right. Okay. So here are our leaves. That one, this one. What I'm going to do now is just kind of dot her up over that edge where that, just kind of roll it. Don't drag it too much or you'll pick the green up if you've done, hopefully seeing me do it will make you realize you need to do something first or, but you just don't have to drag it too much and it won't pick that up. That green paint up. Okay. All right. Okay. So now I'll start on the top ones. I think I'm going to add a little less red this time. I'm just going to let it, whatever I've got in my brush, kind of hang out. And just let it run off the glass. That will be under the edge of the frame. Let me put that in. All right. It's kind of blobbing. Uh-oh. I just dropped something off my paintbrush on it. Gosh. Oh boy. Okay. I was painting these ring dishes for a lady, and spilled blue paint all over the handle of this brush, and it's drying off now. It's just flaking off. Bottom leaf. Oh yeah, this right here, I'm gonna paint this on the back side of the glass, this one, just so it gets that little added depth. But yeah, I thought I forgot it too for a second. Okay. All right, so yeah, I'm going to take this, start up here again, just add some of this coral color, just build it up in there. They're peonies. I've got a bush out there that has these gigantic peonies, but then I do have one that has tea roses, like the old-fashioned roses. They're a little bit smaller. These are like baby head size blooms. The flowers that got me inspired to do this, has me all about the pink. There's these huge pink blooms. They're so pretty. They smell so nice. Oh, I'm just gonna but in a way they could be tea roses. I think if I was going to make them like the old-fashioned, like the tea roses, I would have put buds in there too. So you know, like the little, so you can see that they're like actually roses. Man, I'm using that color up fast. I keep running out of it. It's very thin. I shook it up. This is really very thin. Okay, and we're getting there. So it kind of surprises me when it kind of goes fast, and it's all like, oh my gosh, we're almost really close to done with this part. Yeah, just a little. The lighter petals through here. Okay, so yeah, we're looking pretty good. Oh yeah, it would be. Yeah, if you just had that as a pattern, just kind of like And yeah, that would be really pretty as a fabric repeat. Okay, so now let's work on our jar. Since that but I think with the jar, like looking at since the I waited too long. I was going to put salt on the background of the watercolor. Okay, so with this, we'll start here, I think, with the, I'm looking at that and I've got some, I don't know if I'm going to be very happy with that. I want to fill those little spots in through here. I've got some just empty area. Right in here. Just gonna fill those in, so just make it look like a very, very full, so full no light can break through. Okay, yeah, that's better. Okay, now I'm gonna start working on a jar. Yes, I've been watching these things on how to like do afternoon teas and things. I'm on a theme lately, I don't know. You gotta love YouTube for just letting you get real random. Okay, so I'm going to take this, and I think this is just called light blue, isn't that what I said? Yeah, light blue. And just, I'm going to lay down some of this color here, and just kind of, since this is the neck of the jar, just go in that direction. So side to side, not up and down, because we want to give that impression of that, you know, neck where it would, you know, kind of screw down. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of the dark blue, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just kind of drag it through there. Actually, I think I'm going to get a smaller brush so my lines aren't so thick. I want the dark blue to be a little thinner. You like the blue, huh? Okay. So now I'm gonna just keep kind of, again, with the building of color. Okay. Okay. I think after it dries just a little bit, I'll add a little white in there too, just to make sure it really looks like, you know, we've got that neck, just the different parts. I'm going to put a little dark blue right in the middle of that shadow. Just like so. Okay, and right under there. Boop, okay. All right, and also, so I've got, like, I'm trying to think like how I'm going to do this. So on the back side, since I'm do the stems, well, I don't have to bring them all the way down. So I think I can go ahead and put the bottom in here on the top. And just go ahead and, you know, give that impression of the roundness of the bottom of the jar. And just kind of build, take this light color, light blue. I'm going to take one of these other little brown light, and this one I'm going to use definitely, oh, my white is drying out a little bit, don't want that to happen, but I'm going to add the white here. Just kind of blend this bottom a little bit. Okay. Let's take light blue, just drag it down there. Drag it down. I'm just gonna kind of, again, with just the impression of this is the front of the jar here, because I do want to kind of layer it in the back. Oh, thank you. All right. Okay. All right. There we go. Again, since the light's coming from this direction, this side can be, you know, the darker part. I'm going to take a light blue. Again, just keep on and taking this down, blend that in. Okay, like so. Alright, and now I want to draw the ball part in. And again, this doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to kind of layer some colors over the top here. So I'm just going to, I know it's an L and an O. Okay. But now you're going to take the white, and hopefully it's not too dried out. And I know I got a shine here. Whoop, a lot. And a shine there. Yep. And then, oh, thanks, Nicole. I really appreciate that. You can do it too. Alright, so I'm just going to use this white and keep kind of just, again, it doesn't have to be like super solid since this is glass. We just kind of want to give it that impression. If I tend to get too much, especially working with this white, this stuff is like super thick, like paste, but I'll get my brush too like glopped up where I can't make like a good line, so I just roll it on my plate and just get that off of there, and then you can just drag it back through your paint. If you get your brush globbed up. I'm a big time brush globber. Okay. Just trying to get this L's to, I don't know why they won't turn white for me. Is my B's okay? I'm just gonna keep working at it. Oh, there you go. I just had too much blue on my brush, I think. Okay. There you go. You see it? Yeah, it's looking pretty good there. All right. Okay. Now, I'm going to put the lemons in. These guys right here. Probably need to put a little yellow. I got it kind of green. Got my green and red in there. Okay. Just sit in there. decide what brush I want to use. That'll be okay. I have a million of this size. All right, so again, oh, you know what? I think I need white, a little more white. Oh, hey, Nikki. There, you know, there's some, I don't know, I feel bad when I can't see who comes in and say hello, but I don't know what my problem is, why I can't see see everybody. It doesn't tell me who comes in, and it, like, I mean, I can really only see if somebody says something. Hey, Nikki. All right, so I'm going to use try to make the boldest yellow, and actually after looking at it, I'm going to try to decide whether or not I want to put a little orange in it or not, but maybe not. Maybe we're okay. So let's take that on down and around. And it's okay if it picks up a little bit of the green, if your green's still wet like mine is. Drag it on around, look at that. And with this one, I'm just going to glob it on here. Yep. Okay. Again, just drag it on around. Just use the whole side of that brush and just drag it up. And then we can fill it in, and then we'll come back and kind of give it, just kind of pat it on there, and it will give more of that, you know, lemon skin type feel. First you want to get her paint down real good. And I'm just dabbing it on there and working it around. Okay, like so. Really thick on there. Might have to come back and put a second coat on this because it's not wanting to stick very good and be really solid for me. So I'm just gonna let that be right there. Okay, and then I will take some white, and we're gonna really lighten this yellow up so we can see a substantial difference between, see, we need a lot of white. Okay. Oh yeah, that's better. Well, now it's too much. Gosh. My bad, because I had all that yellow on my brush. Okay. With this, we're just going to drag down, starting from the center, and just kind of go out to the edges. And that will give the lemon, that lemon look, like so. Do I need to move it up? Can you just see what I'm doing? Oops. Is that better? Gosh, man, that's some bright, it's that fluorescent light. It's just making my colors look really weird. Okay. Let me see if I can put the top back on if that's gonna help. Oh no, hold on. I'm rocking the boat. I know I am. Let's see. We're trying to fix things. Let's see. Did that help? Don't get dizzy. That's better. Okay. All right. Again, so start from the center and just kind of drag down towards the rind. And that will give us our lemon look. Okay. So, that help with the, okay. All right. Okey-doke. Oh, and I don't want to forget, okay, so I'm going to take, do I want my detail brushes? And I do want to, I think, just add a little, just to give a little bit more variation through here. I'm gonna just the darker, the straight yellow color. Just kind of go over just so there's a little bit more. I know it's probably hard to see from way up there. I like it when I glob it on too. It's my favorite thing. Just glob it on there. All right. And I will take one of these guys. This has a lot of green in it. I don't want that one. Okay. And I'm going to take this white and just make sure that I remember to put my white here. I will flip it over and then go, oh no, I forgot to put the shine on. Okay. And since it's globbed on there, it can be, the white can be globbed on too. All right, so that's again giving us our clue where our light's coming from. Excuse me. Oh no, I feel a tickle. Okay. No throat tickles. Okay. So let's check it out so far because I'm about to flip it over. And so look how pretty that is. That's gonna be so pretty. All right. Okay. All right. So now, oh, you know what? I see I missed this. I missed. Maybe that's what you were telling me, that I missed that bottom leaf. I thought you were talking about this one, and I didn't fill that one in. Look at that. I'm doing my plate. There it is. Okay. I'm off center now. A little bit. I'll bring it back. Okay, so I'm just going to take that and glob it on there. Just going to add some of the darker green back on the edges because it's kind of dried out now. It's not going to blend as well. And I might even add a little bit of yellow. A little yellow from the lemon. Like so. And then... yeah, look how pretty Daddy is. Okay. Ding, 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 ding. All right. Oh, here comes the part where I'm not so brave. This time. Okay. So I'm gonna set this aside just so I can see. I mean, basically what I'm getting ready to do, and since this is on here, I know where everything's at. I don't really have to guess so much, except for this little guy right here. But I can just look on the back and paint him on the back right here. But right now, what I'm gonna do now is I am going to paint the stems in the back. Yeah. Okay, so these are just sanding blocks. And I might just leave this here for reference. But I just definitely, I'm going to try not to touch where the paint's wet. Wish me luck. Oh, it's so pretty on the back too. Okay. All right. So try not to touch. And let's see if it will balance if I'm too far forward. See, at home, if you weren't doing it on live, you could wait for this to dry and be just fine. But look how pretty it is on the back. That's kind of cool. All right, let's get this party started. We're pretty close to being done, though. It happened pretty fast. What time are we at? About an hour? Okay. Okay, so again, all right, so this is where you have to start changing your thinking just a little bit, is that, so now we're going backwards. So I want to put the front in. So I want to start with the light green, or maybe even the yellow. And so see, since this is, you can start up here so you're not going to have to worry about you know, your lines stopping before you get to your flowers. But we are just going to drag some lines down. So I did a little yellow. Now we're going to go in with our green and just kind of mix that in there, or light green. And we're kind of make them cross over each other. So, so I'm going to try to just clean up my end stems here just a little, so they're not so brush strokey. Just give them more of a harder stop, like that. I'm always tempted to look. But that's probably good for the light stuff. I'm gonna go back with the green. Oh, and I remember there's a leaf right here, so I'll do that after I get done with these stems. Okay. Oh, I just knocked my watercolor paper off. Okay. All right. So we're just gonna keep on. We're gonna fill this in right here. Just make sure that there's no, so the background doesn't show. Okay. And then again, just bring that down, bring it to the side, hard stop. And hard stop. And there we go. All right, let's see what it looks like. Yeah. Okay. I can see where I might need to take a detail brush and add a little something right in there. One of the smaller ones, and just kind of, so these can have a little bit more definition. I'm just going to go around and just kind of trace them out a little bit. That way it's not so just light green. Okay. And just add like a little shadow through here, like so. I think that will probably be better. And also what I want to do is, just while we're back here, just so it adds a little extra depth, I'm going to put a little bit of blue. Oh, my battery's going dead. No! Okay. I'm just going to, you know, just add a little bit of that light blue back behind these guys. Just to kind of, again, give that extra little feeling of depth. Back here, like so. Okay. All right. Now, to put in our little leaf back here, where my phone goes dead. Again, I'm going to start with a little bit of yellow. And yeah, he's right in here. So, I mean, again, doesn't have to be exact. I know he's in here somewhere. Okay, so a little yellow. And then blend that little bit of green in there. And then do our dark green. And we're just going to bring him blend it in like so. Alright, let's flip her over. See how we're doing. Boop, boop, doo, doo, doo. Gotta stay away from the edges. Yeah. Sweet. Alright, we're looking pretty good. Okay. Here's always my challenge. Oh, what I do want to do. What I do want to do is just Oh, see, yeah, I can see how back here, but okay. What I'm going to do right now is just add a little bit more of the detail, like put a little of the white in here, like up here where the light's coming from this side. I'm just going to drag it through there, maybe a little through here, just so, again, doesn't have to be perfect or anything. Just take the white sometimes, if you just add a little bit of white here and there, it just helps things pop just a little bit. And just kind of bring it through your lemons. Just right here. Maybe through the middle of the flowers just a little. Just a little. Okay. I feel like through there it needed a little something. Okay. Yeah. I want to put a little lighter blue back there. It looks a little empty to me. Which, I mean, it might be fine, but so I'm just going to lift it up and get these out of the way. And I want to come in the back and just kind of fill in back here. See where I'm getting some. All right. Lovely. All right. Okay. I gotta sit there because I knocked my watercolor. I would never guess you. Oh, look at her look upside down. Never guess you can reverse glass paint like that to make it like that. I know, isn't that so cool? It's what I kind of started doing at first. It is, especially I really like doing the fronts and the backs of the glass because in person, and I'll try to bring it closer, but it just adds this extra like depth to it. And get my paper. Oh, see, something like this, you could even put, there's those where they don't have a frame. What are they called? Like the floating frames or something. And you can get that. And instead of, I mean, this could stand alone without a background. It would be fine. My watercolor, my paper's mint a little bit, but oh, you know what? Oh, yeah, I'm good. I was like, don't touch the flowers, but that's on the other side. All right, so that is pretty much what we got. I have a frame, and probably what I'll do later is, because with the it being so wet around the edges, stick it in a frame might not be the best of decisions. But I'm always tempted to try, though. You know, just want to. But I'm going to flip the camera around, so hold on tight and for the ride. And there we go. Okay. I've got it hooked up. I've got pain on my finger. And it's crooked. Okay. So, yeah. All right. So yeah, that's that. Let's see. I'm just gonna try to flip it up and bring it closer. So, but you can see where the stems behind the flowers, I mean, look like they're behind the flowers. What are you eating? And then there's the ball on the front, and so. And the little lemons in the corners. And our flowers. But yeah, the back is just as pretty. I could have taken it around. It could go either way. It's so cool. I was going to show a little bit the one we did last week. I'm going to sit that down very carefully. and I'm going to grab, oh, Holly, this is, I was going to show you. These are the flowers that, I've had them for a little while. The petals are falling off, but they smell super good. Last week we did the girl in the swing, and Miss Virginia did one. Turned out really super pretty, but I was going to just show it again. It's one of those hard things to see. I still haven't. Well, I did take a couple of pictures, but you can kind of see where, yeah, like the silhouette, where there's like this depth of the girl in person. Virginia, you did great. So yeah, I just really, in person, there's this depth to it where the watercolor is behind it, and it really makes the silhouette stand out. But it turned out super pretty. Virginia's turned out super pretty. So I'm excited to see what this one's going to look like when it's all framed up. And I think it's going to be gorgeous. But it's so funny to me when they turn out like that, and it feels like they would be just fine without a background. So yeah, so that's that. We're done. So yeah, not too bad. Didn't do too bad on time. So thank you for hanging out. The girl in the swing. Oh, well, thank you, Holly. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I don't know what next week. I'm not real sure. We've got some traveling. Good night, Virginia. Yeah, but you never know. I might come up with something. My mom's gonna be here with me, so she might do something with me. I don't know. We'll see if we can talk her into it. But yeah, I don't. This one I knew I was going to do this week, so I don't know what I'm going to do next week. I got to think about it. But yeah. All right. Hope everyone has a wonderful evening and a happy Memorial Day, and that you enjoy your weekend and the rest of your week. And we will see you hopefully next Wednesday. Have a good night, you guys.